Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Look what we have here today. So this here is a 2022 Hyundai Kona N. So this is the full-on N model. This one has the 2.0 turbo with the 276 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque. We're going to check out this little sport SUV, see how it is to drive. If you guys are new to my channel, I do have some content filmed on an Elantra N. One of my buddies has an Elantra N, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how this car compares and drives and everything compared to that, because it is the same powertrain underneath. Let's go and check it out. So you can see here we have these Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. They are 19s and it has red brake calipers on the front. The disc looks pretty big as well, if you guys can see that. This is finished off in just a nice white color. Does have some roof racks, tinted windows, looks nice. Got the little red accent down there. It actually is a pretty good looking SUV. Yeah, it's unique, you know, it doesn't look like everything else, but I think that kind of is what adds to the fun. You can see it's got the little red line on the back as well with the dual exhaust tips. We will get a little exhaust clip in a little bit here. Looks like you just have standard bulbs for like the turn signal and the brake light, or in the reverse light and all that stuff. See our little N badge on the back. Got the third brake light on a little triangle. That looks kind of cool. But yeah, overall, I think it's a decent looking vehicle. It's definitely on the smaller side, but that might add to the playfulness. Let's go and check out the inside. All right, so it has keyless access, obviously, so you just walk up and open the door. So let's check out this door panel here. So we got hard touch up here, soft touch right here. We got a little bit of like a leather vinyl type material here. This one does have the Harman Kardon sound system. You can see we got the nice polished pedal box down there. We got these N seats that not only look pretty cool, but I just drove it over here and they're pretty comfortable as well. And I'm 6'6" and I can fit in this car just fine. It doesn't have a sunroof, so thank goodness. So I can actually fit in here. Let's go and check out the inside. All right, guys, so sitting in the driver's seat. So it has these nice digital gauges. I like the round dials. I think you can go through some different settings here. Let's see. Yep, you can go through like your tire pressures and all that stuff. Look at that, it even has like a little G meters. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can go through that. Oil temps, that's cool. You can look at your temperatures. Boost pressure. We'll put on boost pressure. We'll leave it there. But it has a nice gauge cluster. It has all the information you want, your mileage, your distance to empty, temperature, everything like that. Automatic lights, right? You got the N buttons here, so you can kind of program that. So it looks like we just put in sport mode. Then you have the other N button on this side. So that's pretty cool. So you can kind of change it. Look, it even has engine, steering, and suspension modes that you can change. Oh yeah, steering definitely got heavier. That's pretty cool. So we'll be exploring around with these. We'll be messing around with them. We'll go back down into normal here. We got the NGS button, N grin shift. That gives you like I don't know how many seconds, maybe like 15 seconds of overboost. So we'll check that out as well. It's got these nice paddle shifters here. They're plastic, but they look nice. The steering wheel leather actually feels really good on this car. Like it feels like a nice high quality leather. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Looking over in the center here, a pretty decent sized screen. It's not bad. It looks to, you know, work pretty well. It looks like it has CarPlay and all that stuff as well. And it's got the N mode, so you can go through all your different stuff here, right? Go through your different custom modes, your custom 1 and custom 2, right? Exhaust sound, we'll be messing around with all that stuff. It even has launch control. And then looking down here, you got your 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Got heated seats, traction control button. It's an actual button, right? You don't have to go through the system to use it. You can even change the drive modes up here. So that's kind of cool. And you can even hear the exhaust, like you can hear the switch, like you can actually like hear it audibly. I have the climate on auto on 72 degrees, so I'm just leaving that alone just like that. Passenger seat looks nice. Black headliner. Interior lights are regular bulbs, so that's kind of lame, but that's an easy fix. All right, so we're gonna get in the passenger side for obvious reasons. Looking at the back seat here, nice clean back seat. It has the same like suede material in the middle and the like leather vinyl material on the sides. Let's go and hop back here. So I actually just moved this seat up. So you can see there, it's moved closer to the dash. So this is like if someone was like, maybe like 5'7" sitting up there, and then I'm 6'6", so I'm sitting behind that seat. And yeah, it's a little tight, but I can make it work. Obviously, sitting behind myself, this is my seating position, that wouldn't work. You know, maybe someone super short would be able to fit. But the headroom is not horrible. My head is touching the top, but I can kind of slouch in the seat a little bit. No air vents in the back, but you do have a little USB right there. So at least they give you something. And then you also have a armrest with 2 cup holders. All right, just popped the trunk. It's not powered, obviously. But looking back here, we have these cool Kona N floor mats. The carpet feels kind of cheap though, I'm gonna be honest with you. And then you have a decent bit of space. It's not huge. Again, this is a subcompact SUV. All right, looking under the hood, 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, 276 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque. It's routed through an 8-speed dual clutch. We're gonna get a little exhaust sound and then get this car on the road. Let's get going here. It's been a while since I've been in a car that has a normal shifter and a normal parking brake. All right, let's get going here. So I'm gonna start in actually normal mode first. Actually, you know what? I'll do normal mode later. We're gonna start in sport mode. So the steering is pretty heavy. I can feel it. The steering feels nice. Throttle response is good in the sport mode. All right, we got a lot going on here. Has a decent bit of power. It's not bad. Okay. It doesn't have as much low-end torque as I was expecting, because typically these turbocharged 4s have really good low-end torque once the turbo kicks in. But we'll test it out a little bit more. Let's see if it can make this U-turn here. This is my turning radius test right here. Steering doesn't turn very far, so that's kind of nice. Okay, it has a wider turning circle than you'd expect this car to have, but it's, you know, it works. Probably because the 19s are pretty big for this car. All right, let's take off here. Okay, all right. Then we got a Honda Civic pulling out in front of us. Good thing we got brakes. Wow, okay, yeah, it pulls pretty good, but I will say that the steering is kind of being tugged at me the whole time. Like, you can feel the torque steer, which is a little annoying. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, we're just gonna go before this guy. Okay, this thing is moving. This is actually pretty fun. We're gonna go around this bus. Wow, this thing, guys, I was not expecting that. I mean, I guess I should expect that. It is almost 300 horsepower in a little SUV, but this thing freaking pulls. I mean, it spins the tires a whole bunch. So that's a little frustrating, but you kind of expect that with, you know, front wheel drive and this much power. But let's see if we can turn off this traction control. Okay, let's press this button here. All right, traction's off now. Wow, I'm actually pretty impressed. I was not expecting that, honestly. All right, here we go. We're gonna test out these paddles here. So let me go to manual mode, 2nd gear. Okay, pretty quick. Not bad. Let's go downshift again. Whoa, very fast. Very impressive. All right, let's try going like 40 miles an hour. This thing moves, guys. Like, this is pretty impressive. I mean, maybe since it's spinning the front tires, it's kind of adding to the drama, but it actually moves pretty fast. take this corner. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. All right, let's go back into auto because we got a lot going on here. We'll go back into auto mode here. This thing is fun. Let's take this corner. I mean, I see why people like these. It's actually a pretty fun car. And it's cool how you can go through all the different modes and stuff. So let's go back into normal. Let's say you're just driving it normally. So let's go to normal mode. So we're back in normal. Nice and smooth. Wow, this person's taking forever. Oh, nothing the Kona can't handle. This thing literally just spins. I wouldn't mind driving this around, honestly. Like, no, I'm not an SUV guy, but this is kind of like a baby SUV, so, you know, it's kind of still fun. And it has Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. Like, what economy SUV comes with Pilot Sport 4S's? Okay. Not a ton of low-end torque, but once you get into boost, it pulls pretty evenly throughout the rev range. All right, so we're gonna get into Sport Plus again, or actually, we're gonna try the NGS button. So let's go and pop on this NGS button and see what it does. All right, NGS. Okay. It moves pretty good. Take this corner. Braking is decent too. Take another corner. Wow. Yeah, this is a fun little SUV. I'm thoroughly impressed. Does it have the nicest materials on the inside? No. Does it still have incandescent bulbs in 2025? Well, I guess in this case 2022. Yes. But it kind of makes up for it in the price point and in the performance that you get. Let's go back into I'll go to the N mode here. Oh, it hooked that time. There's always people everywhere. This thing is fast. Oh my goodness. All right, that's enough. We're gonna tone it down now. Wow, pretty impressive. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts and comments below. If you're interested in this vehicle, let me know. I'll leave my contact info in the description. If you guys are in Las Vegas or okay with traveling to Las Vegas, this Hyundai Kona N is for sale, 31,000 miles. It's in great shape. Like, I thought that it had like 8,000 miles when I got in here, but it only has 31,000 miles. So yeah, it's a fun little car, and it's definitely a good value for the price. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next one.